Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, I think the Filipino people generally look at things positively. And how has that really carried out? Bong Revilla, Era Part 2, Marcos and his new regime. Wow, so much hope, so much skepticism. People ultimately get wrecked by bad faith actors, either out of ignorance or sheer malevolence, because guess what? People can be evil. Not everyone, but society and individual lives get absolutely cooked by the worst forms of people. Their side loses this debate for a few reasons. Number one, they fail to defend their burden because their comparative coming from the Spurs first speaker sounded a lot like status quo. No, that's not the comparative. They had to nuance this to positively, intrinsically looking at things, of which I'm not entirely sure what happens. They were dismissive of our frame and argumentation, and I don't necessarily get how they solve the problems that they call us out for or acknowledge exist on our side. At best, it's a shopping list of negative cases and assertions, which I don't necessarily know get better. This debate is about extent. This debate isn't about like where the world explodes, but this debate is about why the lens of looking at people and society more negative as opposed to positive will lead to a better quality of life and better outcomes. This debate is about the middle ground or the margins. Contrary to popular belief, things can get worse, and ding ding ding, things do get worse on their side. It marginally has a chance to get better on ours. Secondly, let's look at the heart of their case. The heart of their case was a doomsday narrative of how you undermine institutions, people freak out, society doesn't work anymore because people are already so negative. I already preempted this coming from my Prime Minister's speech. In the worst form, these are trade-offs we're willing to make, but we mechanistically prove to you why people, because of Maslow's hierarchy, because of human psychology, because of game theory, naturally still need to be able to work with people. Obviously, people have to trade to exist. People need to make friends to not go crazy. People need to be able to find a partner to be able to reproduce. But the capacity and the lens of doing that is just better, even if it takes longer or even if it's harder. Because the quality of life outcome, when you're able to shield people from the worst forms of perversions that can happen, proves our case. I don't think the DEP responded to my POI when I was able to ask about, like, okay, what exactly is the incentive for people not to be driven by cults of personality? And Matthew and Brent hammered this in their case, wherein they talked about behavioral biases and groupthink. I don't think the whip also was able to respond to my point of information about, bro, it's on your side where it's harder to be skeptical because you perceive everyone as positive. I get that in a vacuum, we care about hope, we care about change, but I don't know how that solves the problems and the harms that we told you are likely to be exacerbated and attributed because of that. Third reason is just unengagement to our material. There are a few things left standing on our side. Number one, on both sides of the house, we have cooperation and institutions existing. You undermine and weaken that on their side. Number two, this debate happens in extents, and we think that comparatively, things get better on our side and worse on their side for the reasons we told you. Thirdly and lastly, this debate is about quality of life, where on the margin, through that extent, we can have a potentially less shit or better life at the point in which we're radically skeptical. If their side wants to push being skeptical, it's on our side where you're skeptical more and you're skeptical in a better way to deal with the worst forms of people. Comparatively, being overly positive can potentially harm you. Very proud to stand on prop. Thank you.